Hi, I'm Dave Barnes. I'm a PADI instructor here at Scubadelphia in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm here to show you how to use the PADI table to do some dive planning. So let's get started. It can be a little bit confusing, but overall, you just need to know some general rules and you should be fine with this whole thing. Let's start off by looking at a 3-dive plan here, and we'll go through it together. Just make sure you have one of these PADI recreational dive planners. You can see over here, there's depths that go across the top, 35 feet, and then everything else is in 10-foot increments, up to 140 feet, which is just for safety standards there, but the recreational dive limit is 130 feet. Anything over that's considered a technical dive. Down the side here, you can see pressure groups, and as we go up in the lettering, you'll see some dark spaces here, and it gets pretty crazy. That's because your body's absorbing a lot of nitrogen, and like a sponge, we can only absorb so much till we're saturated, and it can cause decompression illness or some other problems. In this spot here is all times. So if we do a 50-foot dive for 21 minutes, we're going to be in pressure group E. If we do a 60-foot dive, which is the recreational limit for new divers, open water divers, 60-foot dive, we can come straight down here to a black number of 55 minutes. That's the longest we can stay at that depth. So looking at 100 feet, we can stay at 100 feet for 20 minutes on air. And this is shaded here, these black numbers here in the shading, and within 3 pressure groups of that black number, you need to do a safety stop where you'll stop at between 10 and 20 feet for 3 minutes to do a stop and let the nitrogen work its way out. Usually we just pick 15 feet for a safety stop. Continuing on, if we're going to do a 70-foot dive for 20 minutes, 20 is not on here. So we're going to have to go to the next higher number, which would be 21. So we'll find our 21. We'll come straight across here. We're in pressure group I. And then we'll continue across. If we decided to stay out of the water for an hour, 1 hour falls between 44 and 105 minutes. So we'll come straight down from there, and we'll have a new pressure group of C. So we've lost that much nitrogen for that surface interval. So let me recap this again. If we're going to do a 40-foot dive, the longest we can stay is 140 minutes. If we're going to do a 70-foot dive, the longest we can stay is 40 minutes. And if we wanted to do a 78-foot dive, we'd have to round that up to 80. 80-foot dive, if we decide to stay for 20 minutes, that's not on here. We'll go to 21. We'll come across, we see we're in pressure group K. And pressure group K, we decide to stay out for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is right here. We found our 30, we're going to go straight down from there. We'll be in pressure group F. So we went from K to F. Our diving's not over for the day. I'm going to show you some other planning in a second. Here's what all the acronyms and terms mean for dive planning. You can pause it right now and you can take a look at these as you need to. Just remember pressure group's PG. That's how much nitrogen in our system. Surface interval is the amount of time between dives that we stay out of the water to let nitrogen release from our body. Actual bottom time is the physical time that we are on the bottom. Residual nitrogen time is what's left over from the dive before that's going to be added to the actual bottom time. Total bottom time is when you add the actual bottom time, residual nitrogen time, you get a total bottom time that you're going to use to plan the dive. A safety stop is a stop at 15 feet for 3 minutes to let nitrogen work its way out. A decompression stop means you've gone past your no decompression limit. You've gone past this no decompression limit or adjusted no decompression limit. If you pass that by no more than 5 minutes, you need to do a decompression stop at 15 feet for 8 minutes. If it's longer than 5 minutes, you need to do a decompression stop at 15 feet for 15 minutes. So be careful not to go past your planned times. So just start off drawing yourself a model like this. Every time you enter the water would be about here, and the time would start for your dive, and you'll do your dive here. Once you decide to end your dive, the time stops too. Nowadays, we do have dive computers that does all this thinking for us, but we need to know where this information is coming from in case our computer fails or we have any kind of issue like that. We're going to start off in pressure group A today because we're just starting off fresh with no buildup, nitrogen, no partial pressure of nitrogen or anything like that built up in our system for the day. I plan on 78 feet for 25 minutes. We'll have to come up with a pressure group. We plan on staying out of the water for an hour and 40 minutes for a surface interval to let the nitrogen work its way out. And then 66 feet for 30 minutes of an actual bottom time, followed by a 1 hour 30-minute surface interval, followed by a dive to 50 feet for 20 minutes. And we're going to do this safely by using a table. So if we look here, we're in pressure group A, starting out for the day. We're going to go 78 feet, so we have to round it up to 80. And we're going to stay for 25 minutes. So we'll come down here. 25 is on there. So 25 will come across. We're in pressure group N. So let's put an N up here and keep things organized. Pressure group N, doesn't matter how we got there. We can just come back, find the N here. Come across for our surface interval. These are all surface interval times. We're going to stay out for 1 hour 40 minutes. So as we come across, we'll see 1 hour, 1 hour 31 to 2 hours 18 minutes is where we're falling in here. So let's come straight down from there, and we're going to be in a pressure group of B. So we're getting closer to N, but we're not all the way back there yet. So we're a B pressure group. We still have nitrogen left in our system because it's left over from the first dive. Let's flip our table over. Flip over to this back side here. Now the pressure groups are along the top and the depths are on the side. So our B pressure group is found over here. And we're going to 66 feet, so we'll have to round up to 70. So B will come down here. We have 70 feet. We have a white line and a blue line. Come across. Let's look at the white line first. B, we'll have 9 minutes we need to add into here. And 31 is a blue number. We'll go over that in a second. Let's add our 9 minutes of residual nitrogen. And that's left over from this dive here because we didn't get back to an A. So we need to add that in there to be a safe dive. We'll add these together. 39 minutes because we have 30 minutes physical in the bottom we plan for, or we stayed on the bottom for 30 minutes. And we have 9 minutes left over from the first dive of residual nitrogen time that we didn't get rid of yet. The other number that's on there between our B and our 70 feet is this 31 minutes here. 31 minutes, that's just like the black number on the front. It's the longest we can stay at that depth. So 31 minutes here is an ANDL, adjusted no decompression limit. So the number on the front is a no decompression limit, as it tells you right here. The blue number on the back is an adjusted no decompression limit. That's the longest we can stay on this dive. It's 31 minutes. We're staying for 30. Don't worry about this here. It's just the physical time we can stay on the bottom. So we're pretty close to that number. We definitely don't want to lose our knife or our weight belt and have to go back and find it because we'll have too much nitrogen in our system. But this is good for just planning here. So 30 minutes, we can only stay for 31, which is fine. We're okay with this dive. So let's plan a dive 66 feet for 39 minutes. Flip back to the front table. So 66 feet, go up to 70, come down for 39 minutes. 38, oh, we're hitting that black number there. We're getting way up there. We're at pressure group T. So let's put a T up here. We're still okay though, but we are pushing some limits here. As a T diver, we're gonna stay out for an hour and 30 minutes for another surface interval, change our tanks over, tell some stories, take a nap, eat some lunch. T diver, jump right back in, staying out for an hour and 30 minutes. Coming across this column here, I find 1 hour 23 minutes to 1 hour 31 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes falls in between there. Come straight down, we're a D diver here. So we're doing this all over again. We're a D diver because we didn't lose all this nitrogen from before. Let's flip to our back chart. D diver going to 50 feet. Come down, we'll find a couple numbers here. 19 and 61. 19 is our residual. 61 is our adjusted no decompression limit. So we can't stay longer than 61 minutes. We're only staying for 20. The other number is that 19, the white number. That's what's left over from these two dives. We have to account for that in here. So our 20 minutes of nitrogen we're taking in right now is going to be added to our 19 from before. So we'll have 39 minutes of total bottom time is what we're going to use for planning. As long as we can stay for 61 minutes, but we're only staying for 20, this should be a good dive. So we're going to plan 50 feet for 39 minutes on the front table. So let's look at 50 feet. Let's go down to 39 minutes. We'll see we're pressure group L. Let's put an L up here. We can continue doing this all day. So pressure group L, we can come straight across and we can find whatever times we want. If we wanted to stay out for 1 hour, we can go straight down. We can see we're pressure group C, but we haven't gone that far. We've done 3 dives. We're done for the day. It's time to go get a margarita. That's basic dive planning. You can start this dive plan anywhere you'd like. If you forget these numbers back here, you can just jump in and know that you're a B here. jump right in. Hey, I'm a B diver after a surface interval. So this is after the surface interval. You're a B diver. You're going to 66 feet. Come across. We'll go up to 70. And you can find your numbers that way. You can jump right in here as a T diver. If we don't know what we did over here, we have to make some changes. You're a T diver just before a surface interval. So this is a surface interval. So you're a T diver here. Then you go and do your surface interval. You can make the surface interval longer or shorter if you'd like. You can make that 2 hours. You can make it 1 hour. Whatever's going to keep you safe. Thanks for joining me today for Basic Tables. Please email me, dave@scubadelphia.com, if you have any questions or comments. I'm here to help you. Thanks. Have a great day.